Well, welcome back to the 12 valve build. This week we're going to work on getting this thing sealed up, and I'm going to be flying solo, at least to start with, so we'll see how far I get. But I think I'm going to start with the front case. We'll get that thing on there, then we can drop in our tappets and our cam, and then we can get pickup tube, rear main seal, and we can get the pan, and then the bottom end will be sealed up at least. So we are going with the case sealant on both sides of the gasket method. See how that does. Get it on our dowels. Hopefully. All right, we just need to start getting some bolts in it. We're using blue, probably pretty much on everything. And make sure all our holes are lined up pretty much before we snug this thing down too much.
Yeah.
There is our killer dowel pin, so we got to put our tab on it. That's that taken care of. We'll put a few of the bolts that hold the cover on around here to get that stuff squished good. Probably only need a couple of them really. Two here, one of these, and maybe one of these, maybe about 4 of them. Be good. We'll go ahead and get these torqued down. Okay. Now we can get our tappets and cam in, but before we can put the cam in, we got to press the gear off of the old cam and press the gear onto the new cam. So we're gonna have to get set up for that. All right, we got the press set up here. Might be a little sketchy, but not bad. Got a couple of our finest clamps holding it down there, so not too worried. Yeah, we probably need some aluminum or something. Yeah, it ain't bad. Feels like a pretty light press. Probably 1,000th or less. All right, well, hold on to that jack so it doesn't fall off of there. Maybe that 3-inch solid bar too. There we go. Only pooped in my pants a little bit. Success. All right. Well, it's definitely worth noting that the only reason we had to change cams is because this is a 24 valve cam. As far as we can tell, it's a stock 24 valve cam, which would have been fine. You know, a stock cam is perfectly capable of making 500 horsepower. The problem with a 24 valve cam is it doesn't have a pump lobe for the lift pump. And we definitely wanted to use a mechanical lift pump. That's why this cam wouldn't work. So it's really nothing wrong with this cam itself. So here is our new cam. And let's see, there is the pump lobe that the fuel pump runs on. And that's missing on the 24 valve cam. Other than that, I think they're pretty close to the same. I think each lobe is wider, if I remember right. Don't quote me on that. So anyway, let's get the gear pressed on here. I've already moved the woodruff key in here. Clean that. Then I touched it. All right, so we should be good to go. Just need to get all this nonsense set up again. Good enough. All right, now the cam's safe. Let me wipe this gear out. I think we should be good to go. I think that's lined up pretty good. Just had to do it. Mm-hmm. Alright, so we bottomed out. Now we're going to have to get a socket or something, press it on the rest of the way. Socket right here. I believe that'll work. Mm-hmm. Seated. Watch out, Pop. Perfect. Yep, Butamus. All right, get this contraption broke down. We're gonna clean this whole setup real good. This gear's still got corrosion inhibitor all over it. It's pretty nasty, but get it all cleaned up, and I think we're ready to drop that sucker in there. There we go. Just lube them up and drop them in. All right. All right, hold that. Perfect. Okay, all the tappets are in, lubed. I believe we're ready for a camshaft. Here we go, finally. Okay, well, there she is. Timing mark lined up. Now we just need to get our retainer. We'll pull it back up, put the retainer in there, get that thing torqued down, and our cam will be installed. All right, these bad boys are 18 foot-pounds too. Sure don't seem like much. Cummins knows best. Right, Pop? That's right. All right, now we'll go ahead and get our oil pump stuck in there. Just give it a good shot of lube here. Make sure it's all juiced up. All right. Now we just gotta drop it in here. Get it lined up on our dowel and our teeth like that. Should be it. And we'll torque these to 18 foot-pounds. While we're here, I think we can go ahead and stick our water pump in here. Yep, got our gasket in there. Just like that. Those are torque 2, if I remember right, 18 foot-pounds. Yeah, we can go ahead and stick our pickup tube in here. And we'll torque them to 18 foot-pounds. All right, now that we've got our pickup tube in, we just need to get our rear main seal on, and then we can put the pan on and seal up the bottom end. But before we do that, I think we're going to go ahead and knock out this oil cooler real quick. Just went ahead and threw this thing in the bead blaster a while back, so it's going to need to be cleaned really good. And we're going to go ahead and pull that plug and clean out there's a kind of a piston like deal and a spring in there. We need to pull that out and clean it. And then that, I don't remember what you call it, overflow valve or something. We're gonna pop that sucker out and replace it too. That's that dude right there. All right. So there's our plug with an O-ring. Probably need to find a new one. Spring. Feels pretty good. There's that plunger. Yeah, it's coming on out. There we go. Nothing to it. Probably not anything wrong with it per se, but it's one of those things they say to go ahead and change while you're in here, so we're going to do it. All right, now we just got to give this thing a bath. I went ahead and pressure washed it, then blew it out, and then I hosed it down with brake clean and blew it out again. So we don't have to worry about any of that grit going through our motor. Now we'll just put all this stuff back together. This, we just have to grab us a little socket and just tap it down in there. Now we can put our plunger back in. Just go ahead and drop a little lube on it. Oil will probably be fine here. There we go. Now we got our spring. Put that in. Now we just need our plug. Go ahead and just moisten this O-ring a little bit. Get it back on our plug. Now we just got to get this bad boy started. Centered up on our spring. Nothing to it. Not sure what the torque is on this, but it was pretty tight. I know that. But it's O-ring, so it really shouldn't need to be that tight. You wouldn't think. Just give it one ugga-dugga. We'll call that good. All right, so this sucker should be ready to go back on. Let's get all this mess cleaned up here, and I think we're ready to go. This is gonna be our gasket, as this is a 97 truck. So this is the late model 12 valve, 97 and up, and into your 24 valves. This more solid one is for the early 12 valves. Although I don't think it really matters, because the modern oil coolers, I don't think have this return. At any rate, this is the one we're going to use. So that'll go there. And we'll just sandwich all this stuff together, use a couple bolts to hold it, and then just slide it on there, tighten it down, nothing to it. We're using blue pretty much on everything. And these will be 18 foot-pounds, just like everything else. Mm-hmm. All right. That's all of them. Yeah, we may go over them again. We'll give the gaskets a while to settle. At some point, we'll go through them all at least one more time just to make sure. So it's 2 gaskets and they'll squish and they'll get a little loose. So I guess next we'll start messing with this rear main seal. See if we can get this on, then we can put our oil pan on. All right, now we just have to see if we can get this new seal installed without tearing it up. All right, I think that's pretty well bottomed out there. It's got a wear sleeve. It's just a very fine bit of wear on that crankshaft. Might have been okay without it, but this will just give us a little bit of insurance, hopefully, that it won't leak. So there's that fine line. It's pretty hard to see here. You can't catch a nail on it. It's more visual than it is anything else, but may as well wear sleeve it anyway, just for safety's sake. So for this, we are going to use some sleeve retainer. Just going to put it on the inside here, and there's a bevel on this thing, so it'll go on that way. And I think I'm just going to try to tap it on there. There's a tool for this that uses bolts to push it, but I don't have it. And I don't really want to get all filthy making a tool while I'm working on this engine. Gonna use a dead blow. I don't think you're gonna want to hit this with a steel hammer. Keeping it straight is going to be important here. Well, she's going. Fair bit of the green goo squeezing out here. That wasn't too bad at all, really. Luckily, we didn't get in any kind of bind. I think keeping it straight is going to be paramount. If you get it crooked and get it jammed, you'll be in a bind. Okay. Should be just about ready for our seal now. Make sure we have all this good and clean. So we are going with case sealant on both sides of this gasket as well, for better or worse. Now, we don't have the plastic sleeve to keep from rolling this lip, because this inside lip faces in. So we got to make sure we don't get it rolled under. It wants to grab on that wear sleeve. There we go. All right. That's that. Using the blue Loctite here, just like everything else pretty much. These bolts only get torqued, it's 80 inch-pounds, which is like 6 foot-pounds. So that's pretty much 6. But between you and me, we're gonna torque them down a little more than that. This is 120, so that's 10 foot-pounds. I feel pretty good about that. We'll run with that. So let this stuff dry up a little bit, and then we'll have to take a razor and knock the top of these gaskets off. Then we'll be ready for our oil pan. And we had to get us a new oil pan here. The other one was all crushed. This is the big iron oil pan. I think it's got some reinforcement around the lip here, which is nice. Should get a more even clamp on the gasket. And it comes with a little longer bolts on account of it. And also, I think you can use this pan with a girdle. Not that we're using a girdle, but You know, if the engine ever got one in the future, at least they'd already have a pan for it. So that's about the only thing special about it. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with some brake clean, wipe it out, make sure there isn't any dust, which it looks like there is. So get this cleaned up, and then we'll start getting some case sealant down and the gasket. That'll do. Yeah, I reckon we'll do it all over again. Yeah, we just got about 1,000,000 bolts to put in, torque down. I believe it's going to be 18 foot-pounds. I guess we'll just start in the middle and we'll work towards one end and then go to the other. All right, well, it's gonna keep squishing a little bit, so I'll give it 5 or 10 minutes and let it get comfortable here, and I'll go all the way around it again, make sure that they're all still good, and then that should take care of our oil pan. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. I feel like we made some pretty good progress this week. We got quite a bit done. We're getting a lot closer to getting this thing sealed up. So we appreciate you guys for following along. If you enjoyed it, do us a favor, hit that thumbs up button. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And once you've subscribed, go down in the comments and type subscribed. That will get you entered into our monthly giveaways. And this is a giveaway week. So check the description, see if you're the lucky winner this month, and we'll see you guys next week.